with Jesse Simonton, BrentHubbs, Jeremy Pruitt meeting the media just a few minutes ago, wrapping up his media portion of the week for UAB. Still a couple of days on the practice field to go. And, Jesse, it sounds like still some indecision in terms of what direction they're going to go quarterback-wise.
Yeah, he said all three guys practiced today, which we were out there in the indoor, lots of rain, so they're staying inside. Wouldn't be surprised if they stayed inside again tomorrow with all the rain on the forecast. Pruitt did say that J.T. Shrout got 50% of the first-team reps, Brian Maurer getting 40%. And obviously they're being cautious with JG in the hand. We saw him difficulty taking some of those handoffs. Pruitt did compliment him, saying part of it's he doesn't need as many reps. So he had the experience. So it's kind of like which one of the two freshmen are they kind of getting ready for Saturday night against UAB?
It certainly feels like Jared is an emergency guy at this point. And Coach Pruitt didn't say that, but that's what it feels like, is that if called upon, he can be ready, but there's going to be some limitations there with some of the things he can do because of the hand.
Yeah, and that seems to be the biggest concern. I mean, he threw the ball very well today when they were doing routes on air, but just some of the handoffs, some of the mesh stuff, it just doesn't look comfortable, doesn't look smooth. There certainly seems to be some concern what happens if you get hit there. So I agree, emergency only probably right now, even though Jeremy Pruitt doesn't want to go down that avenue, at least publicly.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with those freshmen. Coach Pruitt made it clear all three were cleared medically to play on Saturday. A couple other injury concerns. Notable Darnell Wright said it'll be a game-time decision. Jameer Johnson, game-time decision. Two offensive tackles. Pretty significant news when you consider UAB has 26 sacks on the season.
Yeah, he says game-time decision. I would label that per Jeremy Pruitt parlance. I'd say they seem doubtful. Both those guys seem doubtful, especially the fact that Jameer's been banged up throughout the season. Last week was really his first real game playing time since the beginning of the year. One would surmise that Marcus Tatum gets to start at right tackle, but, they're working several guys over there. K-Ron Calvert's got some reps with the ones today at right tackle as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out moving forward. Anything else jump out at you? It was kind of a little bit of a low-key press conference for Jeremy Pruitt today. A lot of compliments for UAB and a lot of talk from him about his team needs to play better, sort of downplaying how well his team allegedly played against South Carolina.
Yeah, that probably would be my biggest takeaway is that, coming off their most complete performance of the season, he kind of lamented the lack of no turnovers defensively, said they didn't run the ball well on Saturday. Is still frustrated, even though they scored 2 special teams touchdowns, the fact that they can't get anything in the return game. The punting obviously has been hit or miss the last few weeks. So I think Jeremy's really doing his best right now to keep this team engaged because they know what happened when they weren't focused against a non-conference opponent to start the season, and they kind of saw what happened. And the reality is this team's better than Georgia State, and so Tennessee needs to show up on Saturday night in Neyland.
A Blazer team that's got some explosiveness on offense and creates some problems on defense with their aggressive style of play. That's going to do it for this edition of the VolQuest.com 2-Minute Drill. For Jesse Simonton, I'm Brent Hubbs.